The Secretary of State, backed by the Attorney General, is recommending the state purge voters from the voters' roll. Could you explain why this is happening?
Mistake. Let them tell it. This is another form of suppression on the voting population that's growing. They know they lost 12 seats. They know we gained 2 seats this session. Okay? They've got to do anything they can to slow us down because we're getting ready to turn this state blue again. It's that simple. And if they don't watch out, the whole country's going to go blue. Yeah, go ahead.
And that's no lie.
And that's no lie. Listen, I'm fortunate enough that I sit on nominations. So everybody that takes over an agency or a board has to come before my committee. This young man, Wheatley, came before our committee. But you need to understand something. I want to make this very clear. And we've had this conversation with our caucus members. Wheatley is a good guy. He was trying to be Secretary of State. He was simply following orders. Now, who could have given him those orders? Okay? He's really a good guy. And as I met with the governor last week, and he asked me, can we salvage him? What can we do to salvage it? My response was, you need to take responsibility for your actions, Governor. Okay? Because he wouldn't have done it without your directions. It's that simple. They understand that we have a lot of momentum right now. Okay? This is a national thing that's been not done just in Texas. They're doing it across the country. It's part of the national platform. But we have to be smart enough to understand that just because you got that letter, and make sure we're telling our citizens, just because you may have gotten that letter does not mean you can't vote. Make sure that that word goes out. Because unfortunately, it's having the effect that they wanted to have. Which is going to scare a lot of our people from the polling polls. And it shouldn't be that way. On election day, make sure everybody knows to turn out and vote, regardless of what kind of notification or letter they got in the mail.
You know, and let me say a couple of things, and it may not sit right with some people, but it is what it is. I think that we have to have a voting roll where only people who are eligible to vote votes. Okay? I think we have to do that. But we have to do it in a manner in which we're not discouraging those persons that have a right to vote from voting. What was done this time around was not the correct manner as far as I'm concerned, given the inaccuracies that we found on that voter roll, on what he sent out. I had the opportunity as a senator to go into Boris's committee and ask him a, frankly, Craig, point-blank question. And the question was...
You caused havoc, brother.
I didn't do that. No. I asked him what was his definition of voter suppression. He's the Secretary of State. He's supposed to know what the definition of voter suppression is, given that's what's in the air. His response to me that he didn't think it was relevant. Okay? And my response to him was, I don't think it's relevant for me to confirm you. So my vote is no. He may be a great guy. I don't know him as well as Boris does, but I know that's not the job for him. And as long as I have the support of my other Democrats, and I don't normally vote against the governor's nominees. Well, I've done it one time before. Right? And the last time I voted against the governor's nominees was for the University of Texas Board of Regents. When in the history, y'all, there's only been 2 African Americans, maybe 3, that's ever served on the Texas Board of Regents. Okay? And the governor told me when he first became governor that the next time he had the opportunity, he was going to put an African American on there. Well, he didn't. And I made certain that I voted against him and had people outside know that. And so this is the second time I'm doing it. And the reason I'm doing it now is because this man may be a good guy, but if you're going to have a Secretary of State, the Secretary of State has to be sensitive to the issues concerning voter suppression And when you get ready to do maintenance, quote unquote, of the roll, you got to do it in a manner that doesn't prevent persons from actually who are registered to vote. So that's where I am.